Alright, settle down folks, grab your popcorn or, if you're a cat person, your disdainful silence. Today we're tackling a question as old as time. Or at least as old as the first caveman who got barked at and then immediately tripped over a feline. It's the ultimate grudge match, the clash of the cuddly titans. The reason your therapist has a dedicated folder for pet-induced anxieties. You think you know the score? You think your precious Fido or Fluffy has this in the bag? Oh, you sweet summer child. In one corner, the loyal, goofy goofball, the dog. This champion of slobbery kisses and unwavering devotion, this furry missile of pure, unadulterated joy that will greet you like you've just returned from a 10-year space voyage, even if you only went to get the mail, bless their simple, happy hearts. And in the other, the sneaky, silent mastermind, the cat. The purring enigma, the furry overlord who judges your life choices from atop the refrigerator, the creature whose affection is earned, not given, and usually comes with a side of "you may pet me" precisely 3 times. Who's smarter, who's faster, who causes more chaos, both emotionally and by knocking expensive things off shelves? Today we're diving into the fluffiest battle of all time, a no-holds-barred exploration of canine capers versus feline finesse. We're going deep, people. Deeper than your cat's claws in your brand new sofa. Spoiler alert, the result might just start a war in the comments section. And frankly, I'm here for it. Let the fur fly. Alright, let's talk smarts. The big brain game. Dogs, right? They can learn commands, sit, stay, fetch the remote because I'm too lazy to get up. Some can even detect bombs, which is, admittedly, a pretty high-stakes party trick. And then there are those viral videos of dogs in New Zealand actually driving cars. Yeah, you heard me. Driving cars. Now, were they good drivers? Did they use their turn signals? Probably not. But the attempt is what we're looking at here. That's some next-level ambition for a creature that also eats its own vomit sometimes. Then you've got cats. You tell a cat to sit, it'll stare at you. Just stare. Like you've suddenly sprouted a second head that's singing off-key opera. It's not that they can't understand you. Oh no, they understand perfectly. They're just weighing the pros and cons of acknowledging your ridiculous request. And the con is usually effort. While your dog is trying to figure out how to parallel park, your cat is busy plotting your downfall, world domination, or just how to trick you into giving it a second breakfast. The mystery is part of the charm, or terror, depending on the cat. Scientists, bless their lab-coated hearts, often say dogs are more trainable. And sure, if by trainable you mean willing to perform tricks for a piece of dried liver, then yeah, dogs win that round. They live for positive reinforcement. A good boy and a pat on the head can make their whole day. They're eager to please those furry brown nosers. It's endearing, in a slightly pathetic, please love me kind of way. But is that true intelligence or just a really well-developed desire for snacks and approval? The philosophical debate rages on, mostly in my head. But cats? Oh, cats don't get trained. Cats train you. Think about it. Who gets up at 3 a.m. to fill a food bowl that's only half empty? You do. Who learns to open the door just so the cat can stand in the doorway undecided for 5 minutes? That's your new skill. Who apologizes profusely when they accidentally step on a tail, even though said tail was deliberately placed in the most inconvenient spot imaginable? Guilty as charged. They've mastered the art of operant conditioning with you as the subject. Now let's shift gears, or in the cat's case, engage silent predatory mode. We're talking speed and agility, folks. The zoomies, the parkour, the how did you even get up there? Moments. Dogs, bless their enthusiastic hearts, can certainly chase things. Squirrels, balls, mailmen, their own tails, cars. Yes, some dogs have an inexplicable urge to chase multi-ton metal boxes moving at high speeds. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. Usually it just results in a lot of barking and a confused driver. But cats? Cats can be the cars. Well, metaphorically speaking, think about the big cats, cheetahs. Those guys are basically furry Ferraris. They go from 0 to dinner is served in about 3 seconds flat. And our domestic house panthers? They've inherited that need for speed, albeit usually deployed to chase a rogue dust bunny or the mysterious red dot of doom. Their acceleration is insane, often from a dead sleep to a full-blown wall-climbing sprint in the blink of an eye. The reflexes on a cat are something else, ninja level. They can perform mid-air twists, contort their bodies in ways that would make a yoga instructor weep, and land on their feet from ridiculous heights. It's that whole riding reflex thing, a biological superpower that allows them to orient themselves mid-fall and stick the landing like an Olympic gymnast. though sometimes they misjudge and just sort of splat. But even then, they recover with an air of, "I meant to do that." Dogs, on the other hand, try, oh how they try. You throw a ball and they launch themselves with gusto, all flailing limbs and floppy ears. Sometimes they catch it with a spectacular leap. Other times, they misjudge the trajectory entirely and end up skidding face first into the azaleas or performing an unintentional somersault over the ottoman. Chapter 3, The Allegiance Allegory: Who Loves Ya Baby and Who's Just Using You for Warmth. Ah, loyalty and cuteness, the emotional core of the pet-owner relationship. This is where things get fuzzy, literally and figuratively. Dogs, the poster children for unwavering devotion, will wait at the door for 6 hours, convinced you've been abducted by aliens, only to explode in a frenzy of tail wags and happy yelps when you finally return from your grueling trip to the grocery store. Their love is a tidal wave, an open book, a slobbery kiss that somehow always lands right on your mouth. Cats, on the other hand, approach loyalty with a certain je ne sais quoi, or perhaps je ne sais care. They might acknowledge your return with a slow blink from across the room, a subtle nod that says, "Ah, the food dispenser has returned. Excellent." Or they might completely ignore you because they're in the middle of a very important nap in a sunbeam. Their affection is a carefully curated commodity, dispensed on their terms, when they feel like it, and usually when you're trying to work. But let's talk cuteness. Both species have it in spades, just different flavors. Puppies, a weapon of mass destruction for your emotional resolve. Those big innocent eyes, the clumsy paws, the little whimpers. It's a biological imperative to find them adorable. Kittens, tiny fluffy balls of chaos with needle-sharp claws and an irresistible purr. They can melt the iciest of hearts, usually right before they scale your curtains like tiny furry mountaineers. Dogs show their love openly, boisterously, and sometimes overwhelmingly. Chapter 4, The Giggle Gauntlet. Whose antics reign supreme in the comedy arena? Alright, let's get to the good stuff. The sheer, unadulterated comedic genius of our furry companions. Because, let's be honest, half the reason we have pets is for the entertainment value. Dogs, for instance, are masters of physical comedy. Chasing their own tails? Classic. It's a Sisyphean task of epic proportions, a furry tornado of confusion and determination that never fails to amuse. Why do they do it? Who knows? Maybe the tail insulted their mother. Cats, on the other hand, specialize in a more surreal brand of humor. They'll chase demons only they can see, batting at empty air with ferocious intensity, pupils dilated, ears swiveling. One minute they're peacefully grooming, the next they're parkering off the walls like they're auditioning for The Matrix Furry Reloaded. It's less slapstick, more avant-garde performance art. You're left wondering if your house is haunted or if the catnip was a little too strong this time. Then there are the messes. Dogs make messes with an almost gleeful abandon. Muddy paw prints across a freshly mopped floor? Consider it abstract art. A shredded slipper? A heartfelt, if poorly executed attempt at redecoration. They wear their guilt on their floppy ears and sad puppy dog eyes, which almost makes you forgive them. Almost. The sheer unrepentant joy they take in rolling in something unspeakably foul is a comedy sketch in itself. Cats, however, approach destruction with a different flair. Chapter 5, The Main Event. If Paws and Claws could talk and throw punches. Alright, let's get down to brass tacks, or perhaps brass claws. The hypothetical, highly anticipated, probably never gonna happen on my watch actual fight. In a straight-up, no-holds-barred, fur-flying fracas, who comes out on top? This is where the internet debates get really spicy, folks. On one side you have the dog, generally bigger, often stronger, with a bark that can allegedly shatter glass and a bite force that demands respect. They're built for a bit of rough and tumble. In the other corner, the cat. Smaller, yes, but don't let that fool you. A cat is essentially a tiny furry bag of springs, needles, and pure unadulterated rage when provoked. They have claws, not just on their front paws, but on the back ones too, perfect for disemboweling. I mean, vigorously defending themselves. And they have speed, agility, and a complete disregard for the Marquis of Queensberry rules. A cat fights dirty because to a cat there are no rules, only survival, and maybe a bit of spite. Now a lot depends on the specific combatants. A Chihuahua versus a Maine Coon, my money's on the giant fluffball with murder mittens. That Chihuahua might have the heart of a lion, but the Maine Coon has the arsenal of a tiny furry tank. It's not about the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the oh hell no in the cat. And cats have that in spades. They can go from 0 to Cujo in about 0.5 seconds if they feel threatened. Conversely, imagine a grumpy, battle-hardened alley cat squaring off against a dopey, oversized golden retriever whose primary attack move is enthusiastic licking. The cat might unleash a flurry of hisses and warning swipes while the golden retriever just looks confused, tail wagging tentatively, wondering if this angry ball of fur wants to play. In this scenario, the fight might end with the dog getting a scratch on the nose and retreating in bewilderment, while the cat struts off, victorious in its psychological warfare. Outro the furry finale, and the winner is everyone with pet hair on their clothes. So after all that, after the debates about brains, speed, loyalty, laughs, and hypothetical brawls, who wins? Who takes the crown in the ultimate cats versus dogs showdown? Honestly, we all do. Because whether you're firmly #team dog or a dedicated disciple of #team cat, you've got a companion that brings something unique, chaotic, and utterly irreplaceable to your life. You get the joy, the frustration, the endless amusement, and the fur. So much fur. Dogs are loyal chaos. They are the furry, four-legged embodiments of pure, unadulterated enthusiasm, the ones who greet every day and every meal, like it's the best thing that's ever happened. They'll drag you out for walks, cover you in slobbery kisses, and be your unwavering shadow, reminding you that simple joys are often the best. They're your personal trainers, your therapists, and your best friends, all rolled into one goofy, tail-wagging package. Cats are elegant drama queens. They are the furry little overlords who grace us with their presence, the silent observers who judge our life choices while simultaneously demanding our undivided attention, but only on their terms. They bring a touch of mystery, a dash of sass, and an undeniable air of sophistication to our homes, even when they're batting a bottle cap under the fridge at 3 a.m. They teach us patience, the art of the perfect nap, and the importance of maintaining one's dignity, even after falling off the back of the sofa. Pick your team #team dog or #team cat in the comments. Let the comment wars commence or continue, as I suspect they've been raging since paragraph 1, and don't forget, share this with that one friend who swears their pet is the superior species. Let's see what they have to say. Until next time, try not to get too much fur in your food.